Imagine eating exclusively from a list of approved low glycemic index foods. You measure every bite and follow every rule, yet you still suffer from an unpredictable energy crash by mid-afternoon. The flaw in this approach is the assumption that the glycemic index of a particular food is a static, unchangeable number. In reality, overeating healthy options or preparing them incorrectly can override a low GI value entirely, sending your blood sugar into a massive spike. To achieve stable energy, we have to move beyond static lists and adopt a multivariable blueprint for glycemic control. This means shifting from a fixed list to a dynamic equation, where timing, preparation, and biological data work together to permanently flatten the metabolic curve. The first variable we can control is the composition of the meal itself. Simple substitutions, like swapping starchy white potatoes for mashed cauliflower, can significantly lower the glycemic load without sacrificing the experience of the meal. However, even the healthiest ingredients require strict portion control. Using measuring cups or scales is vital because sheer volume can mathematically override a low GI rating, forcing more glucose into the blood than the body can manage. Beyond portion size, we look at the specific balance of macronutrients, specifically how we pair carbohydrates with proteins and healthy fats. These macronutrients lock together to create a physical digestive barrier that slows sugar breakdown. We reinforce this with daily fiber, forming a dense web that traps and throttles sugar particles from entering the bloodstream. Controlling the volume, macronutrient ratio, and fiber content transforms a meal into a slow-release energy capsule rather than a direct sugar injection. The metabolic impact of food also changes based on what happens in the kitchen. Heat and mechanical processing physically alter a food's chemical structure. For example, high-heat frying breaks down nutrients rapidly, whereas gentle steaming preserves the fiber-rich bran and germ of whole grains, keeping glycemic responses low. Once the meal is prepared, the next variable is the clock, specifically when and how often you eat. There is a clear mathematical advantage to eating smaller, more frequent portions. This schedule replaces large, aggressive glucose peaks with 5 gently rolling hills, preventing the system from being overwhelmed. Cooking methods and meal timing act as multipliers. Combined, they can either double or halve the glycemic impact of the exact same ingredients. While digestion manages the intake, the body's internal chemistry determines the response, governed largely by hormonal signaling. When stress levels go unmanaged, the body releases cortisol. This hormone directly interferes with insulin sensitivity, driving blood sugar up regardless of what you've eaten. To counter this, physical activity serves as a primary regulator. Following the WHO guideline of 150 minutes of weekly exercise helps clear cortisol and enhances how efficiently your cells use insulin. To monitor how these variables interact in real time, we use continuous glucose monitoring, or CGM. This data allows for precision adjustments. By observing how your body reacts to specific food choices, daily stress levels, and exercise sessions, you can move away from general advice and toward a personalized strategy. Utilizing real-time biological data is the final step in turning metabolic guesswork into a disciplined engineering process. The effectiveness of this multivariable blueprint is visible in the results of those who have moved away from static lists. The most significant clinical outcome is the sustained reduction in HbA1c levels, representing a lower average blood sugar over several months. Beyond the numbers, these changes lead to an improved quality of life, where high energy levels become a consistent baseline rather than a rare occurrence. Most diets focus on restriction and what you cannot have. This system focuses on mastery, understanding the variables so you have the freedom to manage your health effectively. Stop relying on oversimplified food lists. By treating your metabolism as a dynamic system that you control, you can finally stabilize your blood sugar for the long term.